His wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Mondays with Saharah Ali on KBLA Talk 1580.
It is indeed Saharah Ali, of course, being a meditation instructor, an astrologer, numerologist, a life coach, a sound healer and sound bath specialist, and yoga teacher, among many other skills. Saharah Ali, thank you for Mindful Monday. What a great way to start our week.
Good morning, Dominique, and good morning, KBLA family. Welcome to Mindful Monday, where we get our minds right for the week by setting positive intentions to honor our mind and body through meditation, prayer, and affirmation as we step unapologetically into our week, being on purpose with faith, truth, power, and wisdom. And yes, this is a powerful time to keep our head to the sky. Celestial magic is in the air as Neptune and Saturn enters Aries conjunct for the first time in 6,000 years, bringing about a cosmic reset, supporting true manifestation, emphasizing personal conviction, significant transformations, and the reconstruction of outdated systems no longer serving collective consciousness, most of all, the soul of humanity. This Genesis moment is where drama stops and dreams get real, marking a 36-year shift in how we define ourselves, our leadership, and personal courage. The world of our lives will be augmented, transforming our perspective, aiding us to take responsibility for who we're willing to become. Reality is being rewritten to reset all things, creating inner and outer change. The call to action is to serve as architects of the future by fostering elevated awareness through unity and self-realization. Aries is associated with bravery, taking action, starting new things, individuality, and oneness with the Most High. Neptune represents spirituality, faith, dreams, and collective unconsciousness. Together, the celestial influence fosters selfhood, transforming vague religious impulses into concrete action, pioneering new pathways. The celestial foundation sets an echo that transforms the struggle of 1860 with modern technology and social context, asking us as individuals to challenge the archaic systems around autonomy and justice, and fostering global awakening, building true collective consciousness, and manifesting new beginnings graced by authenticity, integrity, hard work, and consistency, opening the space to yield infinite possibilities. Now is the time to become the best you, stepping into the light of wholeness, planting seeds for a grand harvest, and celebrating a new future. So here and now, open yourself to fulfillment. Here and now, give yourself permission to plant seeds of joy. Give yourself permission to connect to the value of freedom within you, because what's within will reflect outside. And this is a time for us to understand our purpose and who we are and the gifts we have to support the transition that is going on this planet at this time. And so as we go forward with our Mindful Monday meditation, mindfully bring your awareness to who you are willing to be, to pick up your power, and to shine your light, and to be on purpose. So now let's just still for a moment and take a breath. Just breathe and relax and let go. And as you exhale, set the intention to be on purpose and to open your heart. Take a breath and be in this moment right here, right now, and allow yourself to relax. As you relax, breathe in love. Breathe in love from the Most High, and allow yourself to call on your angels and your ancestors. Call on your angels and ancestors as you give yourself permission to surrender all aspects of your life towards a new beginning, starting right here, right now with your breath, as you call on your soul's true purpose to open and receive divine guidance. Allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to connect to your wholeness. Allow yourself to release whoever or whatever is blocking fulfillment, change, and rebirth in your life. Breathe, grounding yourself, centering yourself, and allow yourself to reframe who you are willing to become and commit to being and doing the best of who you really are inside and out to create a successful future. Breathe in that vision of who you are willing to become. How are you willing to be a change agent? Allowing yourself to relax, allow yourself to go inward and to connect to the divinity within you. And as you connect to this wisdom within, make a promise. Make a promise to be the change you seek. Make a promise to stand boldly in who you are willing to become. Breathe and let it go. And give yourself permission right here, right now, in this moment of quietness, to shift your perspective, to give yourself permission to integrate truth, to stand in integrity, to hold the space for what is right. Relax, feel centered, feel grounded, and connect to the trust that you know is real, the faith that you have to be more, to do more, and to stand taller. Allow yourself to relax. And as you relax and feel all this power that we are calling forward at this time, give yourself permission to take the biggest breath you've had all morning. And hold this breath for a minute. And as you exhale, allow yourself to listen with love and compassion to our Mindful Monday affirmation for the week. Allow yourself to feel the energy of transformation throughout your body. And our mindful meditation affirmation for the week. Today, I embrace the power of change, opening myself to fulfillment, trusting my highest good to unfold with grace and ease. Today, I embrace the power of change, opening myself to fulfillment, trusting my highest good to unfold with grace and ease. Relax and breathe. Breathe in fulfillment. Relax into your wholeness and bring your awareness back to present time, giving yourself permission to embrace change, opening to fulfillment, trusting your highest good unfolding with grace and ease. Feel yourself anchored and grounded as you bring yourself back to present time. Relax and know, starting today, your life is always, always divinely guided. Taking a breath opening your eyes, feeling centered and grounded, and thanking yourself for taking this moment of our mindful meditation for the week. Thank you, Dominique, Kathy Smiley, Miles, and the 1580 KBLA family. Have an unapologetic, mindfully blessed week. And remember, open yourself to change, trusting and knowing your fulfillment and your highest good can unfold with grace and ease.
Saharah Ali, thank you for that. It's a great way to start the week. Today, embrace the power of change, opening myself to fulfillment. You did warn us last Monday, I think, that it might feel very Mercury retrograde-ish, even though we're not in Mercury retrograde at the moment. And I am experiencing that just in terms of the challenges of communication and things from the past just popping up, just like from the way back.
Yeah, everything is coming from the way back. I love the way you say from the way back. And it's the way back to take the way forward. So if you know where you come from and you know what you've experienced, and if you know who people have told you who they are, then you have clarity to choose who you're willing to be to deal with it. So it is a lot from the way back, as well as intense emotions that you forgot you were carrying, because we're stepping into a whole new paradigm. And so from the way back has to come forward so that you can take your power back from it and reframe who you're willing to be, and to let go of the things that you've stuffed or the things you forgot to remember, so that you can be an empty vessel to embrace the wholeness of who you are without looking back or without blacking down. And the biggest thing with this major transit that hasn't happened in 6,000 years is that we have an opportunity to be clear in who we are willing to become, and we have the tools to be the change agents that we've always wanted to be. And it's not an aggressive thing. It's not a daunting thing. It's just a matter of accepting your power, accepting that your dreams can come true, and also standing for what's right. And the big thing that's going to happen, this is just the beginning, but as we go deeper into this transit, we will see the reform that we want to see. We will see the fall of those that mean America harm. We will see the what my grandmother said, was done in the dark, coming to the light. we will see all of that. So we just have to hold the space of where's our darkness, and that darkness we have, how are we willing to bring it to light, to transform it, so that we can be clear and we can open the space for our wholeness, our purpose, and to celebrate the wisdom we have to be change agents and to open the space for clarity, because Neptune is about dreams. Saturn is about structure. So we get a chance to structure our dreams and bring about fulfillment. And we don't know fulfillment. We never really had the true essence of fulfillment. And so we have to look at, well, what does fulfillment mean to us? What is the peace of mind that we seek? And it's not on a material level, because all of that is an illusion. It's like Prince said, is your soul all right? Will your soul be all right?
Yeah. So that major 100-year transit that you're talking about, to be clear, is what?
It's Saturn moving into Aries, Neptune moving in Aries. It happens on the 20th. It's at 0 degrees. It's a Genesis moment. It hasn't happened in 6,000 years. And so this transit, if you think about Aries is a fire sign. Aries is slap you upside the head and ask questions. Neptune is like, I can see clear, and I am willing to see clear the truth that exists within me, so that I can stand tall in my power and reframe how I want to hit somebody upside the head and let the universe hit them upside the head. Now, that's a ghetto version, but hey, I hope it works.
Yeah, I got it. And then, for sure. And then you were talking about Mercury being in Pisces for the next, I don't know, at the time it was 65 days, but that was more than a week ago. And you said going retrograde in 18 days, which means probably right around the corner.
Right. So we have Mercury and Pisces that went there on the 15th, and it stays there until it's Mercury retrograde on the 15th. It stays there, and it's not just it was 65 days, because what's happening is that Mercury and Jupiter, Mercury and Saturn is together, and then Neptune is there. So it's like a Mercury retrograde on steroids. And so the real Mercury retrograde goes in, where are we? I'm looking at
We're
the
on the
wrong
16th
year.
of February,
2026.
2026.
Yeah,
Hey, see, there you go. There's that Mercury and Pisces working on your brain.
Hey, working on my brain right here. It's like,
Just
okay,
playing.
2020.
I'm playing because to me, Pisces is like, woo, yeah, okay, we're in the water, we're going here, we're going there. Maybe that's just my relationship to it, but I find it can be at times a rather all over the place-ish energy.
Right, because Pisces is two fish swimming in opposite directions. But see, with Pisces, there's different levels. You think about the fish, you think about the water. There's fish that lives deep in the water. There's fish that lives in the shallow water. There's fish that jump out the water. There's fish that just look at their reflection. And that's the confusion and the judgment we have on Pisces. So Mercury went into Pisces on the 7th, and it was conjunct Neptune, which is it's conjunct Saturn. And so this Saturn and Mercury dynamic is like a Mercury retrograde. And so it goes retrograde. It sits in retrograde starting on the 26th, and it goes all the way to March 20th. So, and so now Neptune's going to be there. Saturn's going to be there, all in Pisces, and then Venus is going to be there. So this is a real wild ride. But the whole dynamic is that we get to reframe the power we have to be change agents, and we get to reframe the lies we tell ourselves, and we get to see the illusions and deceit that people try to present to us. And so a lot of things from the past will come up so that you can take your power back from it, and you can reframe who you're willing to become, and to look and see, does this still trigger you? That is one of the major things about this, and I can't tell you, everybody over the last, 15 days, including myself, has had dynamics of betrayal and dynamics of where you are challenged to stay in your power, and where you have to meet people where they are and know that their ignorance is not your truth, and to not give your power away to their ignorance.
I love that. Their ignorance is not your truth. I love that. Well, Saharah Ali, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for always addressing my follow-up questions, even if they feel like they're coming out of the blue. Their ignorance is not your truth. You got that, Miles? We got it. Thank you so much, Saharah Ali. When is our next sound bath?
21st of February, Saturday. Saturday, the 21st, whenever the 21st is. Yes, this Saturday. They just kind of threw it. They had another guest, and the guest couldn't show up, so they come to what's tried and true.
Yes,
That's
indeed. So show up on time. SaharahAli.com. Show up on time. That's at Yoga House in Pasadena. And if you want a personal appointment, call Elise at 213-628-9783, 213-628-9783.
Also, I'm working with the Collaboratory in Altadena for the fire survivors, and we're planning a beautiful sound bath for them at the end of the month, and I'll let you know about all of that.
Great. Saharah Ali, thank you so much. Happy Monday. Happy Pisces transit, Mercury and Pisces. Woohoo.
Thank you.
Phone lines are wide open, 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your nature-made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Angela was. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $80,000. Felicia was having health problems, got behind on her taxes, interest and penalties were adding up. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $15,000. Civic Tax Relief is a professional tax negotiation firm that can protect you from the IRS. If you're getting collection letters, call Civic Tax Relief for a free consultation. They will go to work helping you discover all the relief programs you may qualify for free. James owed the IRS $37,000. Civic Tax Relief represented him against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, he did not owe the IRS anything. If you are in trouble with the IRS, call Civic Tax Relief for your free consultation now. 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257. Get a free consultation and real tax relief. Call 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
A conversation continues right now. 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580 is the number if you want to get in. Let me tell you, this Black History Month is just fire right now, right? We have our Black History Month lunch. I know there's a few tickets left. Everyone's hitting me up trying to go to that, which means there are going to be all kinds of interesting folks there. In addition to that, I am hosting a luncheon for the LA County Black African American Employees group, which is really going to be fun. They are honoring my friend, Judge Songhai Armstead, for her work on the Justice Care and Opportunities Department. On top of that, there's the premiere Friday, the Black Lives Matter Grassroots exclusive world premiere. And look, I'm going to be there, and what I can tell you about that is you're going to be surprised. You definitely want to see this. I just think you want to be there, see this. Mike Brown Jr. and others will be there, and of course me. I'll be moderating the talk back after the event. Let me put it that way. You go to paff.org, and you can find out more. We are celebrating Black History big time, okay? Tomorrow we have Charles Davis III on this show, Dr. Charles Davis III. We're talking some Black History matters. And then we will be hearing from Ricky Vincent, the historian, Black music historian. So we're going to give you the civil rights history, the music history, and of course, plenty of time to talk about it. What a way to celebrate the birthday of Huey Newton, which is also tomorrow. All these big minds and big movers have their birthdays in February. Audre Lorde and Dr. Dre share a birthday on Wednesday. We just celebrated Frederick Douglass's birthday over the weekend. For those who were not really doing the Valentine thing, or maybe you did both simultaneous. Smokey Robinson's birthday is Thursday. It's just Rihanna's birthday is Friday. It's people who do things their own way. A lot of those popping out in February. Okay, let's go to Carl calling us from LA. Good morning, Carl.
Hey, good morning, Dominique. Yeah, you left me out. I don't know if I got a big brain or not, but my birthday's tomorrow too.
Your birthday's tomorrow? Happy birthday, Carl.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, you definitely qualify as a guy who does things his own way. You definitely qualify as that. No question about it.
Yeah, hey, a lot of things are happening on the 20th and 21st, too, with that astrology stuff. I've been listening to some people, and everything's coming up on the 20th, 21st. I should have called in and asked Saharah Ali what is that about, but I don't know. We'll leave it at that.
Well, she just kind of laid it out for us a bit. I mean, basically, it sounds like it's a good time to stay prayed up and be ready to redefine. She said the 26th through the 20th 20th of March, we've got this Mercury Pisces. And, typically with those kinds of big transits, you start feeling it several days before. So that may be what's happening on the 20th and 21st.
Sometimes I just sit back and stay in for a minute because stuff can get wild. Hey, but Dominic, have you been noticing all these actors and actresses and everybody at these sporting events? They look like they just walked out of Tiffany's or a Louis Vuitton store and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this about? It must be really good here in America. I mean, I guess I'm just getting the bad end of it because I'm looking at them. They look like they just, like I said, they look like they just walked out of Tiffany.
They look rich because they are. Right.
Yeah, well, hey, more power to them. I mean, I ain't knocking what they're about, but I guess they earned it and deserve it. But down here where I'm at, it ain't that happy.
Yeah, you know what it is, Carl. I mean, I don't know if they earned it or they didn't earn it. That's between them and God. But I guess celebrities need somewhere to go and show off all those diamonds and fancy cars and designer duds. And sports games are a great place to do that because there's other rich people that can see them and they can be seen by the whole wide world. But to your point, I think a lot of people, sounds like you included, are getting a wee bit tired of this culture of idolizing the rich.
Yeah. I mean, well, hey, they got a right to do what they want to do. I ain't jealous or mad at them. But I could see money going some other kind of way with my plumbing business. If they came down this way, where I'm at, would be a nice thing. Take one of them necklaces off and help me start my plumbing business.
I mean, whether it's your plumbing business or world hunger, I always wonder how Elon Musk walks around all day knowing that with the stroke of a pen, he could end hunger in the United States. But, and also, you're right. You have a right to do what you want with your money. I get that. But also the out of touchness of that energy, like, you said, everyone's not living with all of those privileges and all of that stuff. So read the room. Yeah. Carl, thank you for your call. I always appreciate you. We've got news, traffic, and sports. And then you can do like Carl did and call me at 800-920-1580. Dominic DePrima here for KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Amtrak and New Jersey Transit riders are facing major delays over the next month as construction on the new Portal Bridge forces service cuts of up to 60%.
I'd say just go there earlier, avoid all traffic in general.
Yeah, gotta leave a little earlier, gotta be prepared for a couple of delays.
Officials say longer travel times, canceled trains, and no direct weekday service on several lines will allow crews to shift from the aging Portal Bridge to the new one. Rap pioneer Uncle Luke Campbell is running for Congress in Florida's 20th district. The Two Live Crew icon says he's focused on job losses, education funding, and concerns from Haitian constituents. And New York Governor Kathy Hochul is launching a new grant program aimed at highlighting the history and achievements of African Americans across the state. The initiative will support projects that preserve and promote Black heritage. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Southern California Edison reminds you that downed wires are dangerous. Never approach or touch a downed wire or anything in contact with it. Stay away and call 911. Learn more at sce.com/stay safe.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
For a lot of folks, the best part of Sunday's NBA All-Star Game at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood was that it was competitive and interesting. Fans embraced the new three-team round-robin format, and the players came to play. Clippers star Kawhi Leonard almost won MVP. He scored 37 points in his 3 games with team stripes, including 31 in the second game. Minnesota Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards got 4 more votes than Leonard to win MVP. Edwards led Team Stars to the title. The Clippers start the second half of the season Thursday at home against Denver. The Lakers are back in action Friday against the Clippers at Crypto.com. The winning streak is up to 19 for the UCLA women's basketball team. UCLA beat Indiana 92-48 at Pauley Pavilion. 16 points and 14 rebounds for Bruin center Lauren Betts. The Bruins are 25-1, 15-0 in the Big Ten Conference. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Check it out. After nearly 40 years of conversations with presidents, poets, and cultural icons, I have learned that the difference between a good conversation and an unforgettable one is not what you say, it is how you listen. Most people listen to respond. I learned to listen to learn and follow. When you master this, something remarkable happens. People just open up. They leave the conversation feeling truly heard, and they never forget you. Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley, and for the first time in my life, I'm teaching everything I have learned. The Art of Conversation, a 4-week masterclass for podcasters, leaders, and professionals who understand that the ability to connect is their greatest competitive advantage. Our founding cohort starts Monday, February the 16th, and only a limited number of seats remain. Enroll right now at TavisTalks.com. That's TavisTalks.com.
Yeah, this is all good.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Angela was. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $80,000. Felicia was having health problems, got behind on her taxes, interest and penalties were adding up. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $15,000. Civic Tax Relief is a professional tax negotiation firm that can protect you from the IRS. If you're getting collection letters, call Civic Tax Relief for a free consultation. They will go to work helping you discover all the relief programs you may qualify for free. James owed the IRS $37,000. Civic Tax Relief represented him against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, he did not owe the IRS anything. If you are in trouble with the IRS, call Civic Tax Relief for your free consultation now. 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257. Get a free consultation and real tax relief. Call 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth. Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome.
We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
We don't. Carl called me at 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. I invite you to do the same. We've got some open phones on national topics, just a little bit more until we get into our Messy Monday when I challenge the chat room to get in the conversation. We'll be in Miles's business today a little bit. Miles Lowe has agreed to share his philosophies with us on a Messy Monday, and I certainly enjoy that, and I invite you to do the same. Yeah, laughing because there's an article in a public television journal that says that concerns grow about U.S. autocracy, and I'd say that's putting it mildly. But they're pointing out what we're looking at moving into these midterm elections and the moves that this administration is making to exercise what they're calling electoral autocracy. I feel like we're already in authoritarianism, but I think what they're talking about is the way that the fascist tendencies of the current administration are going to manifest in June and November. Let's go to Big Phil, calling us from where Big Phil be at. Good morning.
Good morning, Devil. Don't sleep. Let me tell you one. I'll move very quickly. I got a few things I'm going to say. Two things. Like I said, you met my mom. Very gorgeous. I miss her anyway. She's the head of court system of the St. Louis. Judge McMillan, she's a supervisor. This is why she don't want to be a politician. What was that girl? Now she's running against Karen Bass. She worked with Karen Bass. She said Karen Bass not doing her job. She won her job. Politicians, dirty game. What was that lady named? The city council.
Nithya Raman. Yeah, council member Nithya Raman.
That's why mother don't go. And only that Scott, what's his name, Scott, with Donald Trump, he just get a reality check what he said about Obama. And he said that Donald Trump was a racist. Yeah, well, I hope we realize that. What do you think about him, okay? So, I'm going to land. It's going to be a storm. You guys stay safe. I love you. Big Phil, I'm out.
All right, Big Phil. It's always good to hear from you. Yeah, a lot of people scratching their heads about the entrance of LA Councilwoman Nithya Raman into the mayor's race. She's running, or at least that's what she has filed paperwork to do. My colleague Jasmine Canick says we'll see who's still in the race in May, and that's when we'll know, because the primary is in June. I find it interesting considering that she has voted almost exactly the same as Karen Bass. Like, she's been pretty much in lockstep with her. So if you think she's doing such a bad job, why do you support everything she does? And then again, my other question is, if I'm a city council person, or say a radio person, and I have let's use the radio example. I'm a radio host and I'm about to lose my job, right? People aren't feeling me, our customers, our clients, the support around me is dwindling. And then somebody, let's say, I don't know, Stevie Wonder or Tavis Smiley, steps up and champions for me to keep my job and rallies the people behind me and say, see, she did a good job on this and this and this, and stops other people from coming for me. And then I turn around and thank them by trying to get their job. Like not years in the future, but literally months later. I don't know. That, to me, it's it raises questions about your character. Let me just put it that way. It raises questions about your character. If you can turn around that quick after saying I'm doing such an amazing job and that I support everything you're doing and I save your job, and then you turn around and I don't know. I find that problematic. Is that just me? I don't think so, because I'm hearing a lot of conversation about that. And the fact that, as far as we know so far at least, Councilmember Hugo Soto Martinez has said, well, yeah, and I'm going to stick with the mayor because once I've endorsed someone, basically, Hugo said, no switching sides. Stephen from LA, you have the mic. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dominique. It's always a pleasure to speak with you and stuff. And I know this is a holiday, so I'm glad you're on live today. So
yes, no President's Day off for us.
Hey, look, I'm following up because we met at the Perry's Joint 1-year anniversary of the Eaton Fire.
Yes.
And I spoke to you at that time. Today, this evening, is a big event. It is the premiere of the Reverend James Lawson biography, filmed by Karen Hayes.
Wow.
It is going to be fantastic. And I think in terms of your subject matter, Reverend Lawson coined the phrase plantation capitalism. And I think it is something that is very relatable. And he taught how to really address that in a nonviolent, direct action way. And if people can come see the film, it's going to screen tonight and Saturday at 11 o'clock.
Is it at the Pan-African Film Festival?
Yes, it is. It's premiering tonight at the festival.
So it's tonight and Saturday. So that means, what's the name of the film? I'm sure we can find it at paff.org. That's
yes,
where we
it's called A Better Way, James Lawson, Architect of Nonviolence.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I want to see that. Hopefully I can go. You said it's also playing Saturday. The thing about Pan-African Film Festival, they have so many movies that I'm glad you called, because you can lose it.
No, you're right. Just going onto their website, it's kind of overwhelming, as a matter of fact. But I think that as long as it's supposed to rain today.
I see it. A Better Way. Oh, I see it. And it has this very young picture of James Lawson.
Absolutely.
That looks like
and
a
John
great
Lewis.
one.
Yeah.
That's the photo on the inside. It says John Lewis. It has John Lewis there, and Karen Hayes is the director. Congratulations to her. It's not easy getting anything done, especially making a movie. It says 7:30 tonight and 11 a.m. on Saturday. So there you have it. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. And I also want to remind people, Stephen, since you brought up the Pan-African Film Festival, it is the Film and Arts Festival. And from what I understand, folks are not really patronizing the Arts Festival this year the way we could and should. And I have to get over there myself. That part of it is happening at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Theater.
Absolutely. It's crazy. It's music, comedy, art. It's really kind of an extensive cultural platform for Los Angeles. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to come out to Perry's Joint. That was a really great gathering. It was wonderful to see everybody and to see everybody seeing each other.
Yeah, no, it was great. Thanks for putting that together, too.
Oh, well, maybe I'll see you at the festival, Stephen. There's lots to see, including Friday night. Something I have a little something to do with, which is going to be at 6:45 Friday night, Culver City.
All right. Hope to see you. Take care.
Hope to see you there. Stephen called me at 800-920-1580. I invite you to do the same. And if you listen to the show, you know that I have been on one about my arts and culture. Why? Because I feel like it is the antidote to whatever this is that we've got going on in Washington. I feel like it is the antidote, and I'm so glad that we have our Black History Month comedy tribute and that there's so much art and culture in every major city in America. You've got beautiful museums, you've got clubs, and in LA, there's a renaissance of everything from arts, fine arts to jazz to hip hop. It's something that I believe we need to lean on, and I hope artists are getting more and more fired up to speak out and make a difference in this environment, because that works. It works, and it's something, that I grew up with, having parents that are artists and activists, but it's just, this is the time for it, and that's why I'm encouraging you, especially if you're feeling overwhelmed. If you don't want to end up like Pam Bondi, turning your back on survivors of the worst kind of abuse, to be a pedophile protector, then let's lean into the beauty of the arts, the power, the inspiration and energy, and get through this like the amazing spiritual and creative beings that we are. Stephen called 800-920-1580. I invite you to do the same. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass. And affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs. LADWP customers get rebates up to $4,000 when you buy a used electric or hybrid vehicle. Installing an EV charger at your home? Get a rebate for that too, up to $1,500. Visit LADWP.com/EV today and start saving. That's LADWP.com/EV.
Check it out. After nearly 40 years of conversations with presidents, poets, and cultural icons, I have learned that the difference between a good conversation and an unforgettable one is not what you say, it is how you listen. Most people listen to respond. I learned to listen to learn and follow. When you master this, something remarkable happens. People just open up. They leave the conversation feeling truly heard, and they never forget you. Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley, and for the first time in my life, I'm teaching everything I have learned. The Art of Conversation, a 4-week masterclass for podcasters, leaders, and professionals who understand that the ability to connect is their greatest competitive advantage. Our founding cohort starts Monday, February the 16th, and only a limited number of seats remain. Enroll right now at TavisTalks.com. That's TavisTalks.com.
Yeah, this is all good.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for progressive talk radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
Whether you like it or I like it or not, it is President's Day. And so I don't know how you're celebrating. I'm celebrating by doing my show, doing all the work I usually do. But a lot of things are closed, right? Of course, you can go to the grocery stores and stuff like that. Do they ever close? And fast food will be open. A lot of the grocery stores, drugstores, that kind of stuff. But if you're looking to play the stock market, Miles, not today. It's closed on President's Day. Banks closed on President's Day. No mail delivery today if you're waiting on a check or a check is waiting on you. No. It is an actual national holiday. So happy President's Day to you. I hope you're you're celebrating Ona Judge, the enslaved African woman who ran away from the president, the first president of this country, George Washington. She's one of the people whose plaque was taken down in Philly, so I just feel like saying her name on President's Day. Say her name, Ona Judge. Say her name, Ona Judge. Say her name, Ona Judge. She went on the Underground Railroad, ran away from President George Washington, who tried to get her back 7 different times, and she was never captured. She was kind of like the Assata Shakur of her day, in a way. I mean, running away and then never, ever going back to enslavement. Gotta love that. So happy Ona Judge Day. Over here from KBLA Talk 1580, we always love to hear from you. So while we're focused on see, this is how Flood the Zone works. You're over here going, no, ISIS is, killing citizens. They're killing Keith Porter when they're off duty. We're over here, oh, yay, they're drawing down from Minnesota. Well, no, they're really keeping people on the ground. Oh, it's the constant flooding of information. But meanwhile, in Israel, the nation of Israel is going to start back with this thing they call land regulation in the West Bank, where they go in and they demand papers from every single landowner there. They need to show proof of ownership and this land registration process. And if they are not satisfied with the answers, they take the land from those Palestinians in the West Bank. And I'm not going to say I don't get it, but I don't get it. Because, you signed a peace deal, but you're still bombing and killing people. And you say that you have a right to exist, and of course every nation has a right to exist, and you have sovereign borders, but you don't respect other people's sovereign borders, and you're constantly on this expansionist push. The New York Times quotes an organization called Peace Now Settlement Watch. They have a Settlement Watch program. Peace Now is the name of the organization. Settlement Watch is the name of their program. This guy, Hagit Ofren, who is a director of that program, he says 60% of the West Bank is now under full Israeli military control. Okay, some of these are according to agreements that go way back to the 1960s, but the president of the Palestinian Authority put out a statement saying it's a flagrant violation of international law, it's an escalation, and it is in fact the annexation of the West Bank, which is something that people, news folks, and scholars have been expecting. And it's not just, we think, oh, prove ownership, I'll just pull up my deed. But what they're saying is that the rules for what they have to do in order to satisfactorily prove ownership to these Israeli soldiers is something that nobody can meet that standard. And that way they can take through this so-called registration initiative, they can take a lot of the land that still remains in Palestinian hands. They're saying they're going to start that back this year. It's something that hasn't been done for many years. Now, the president, the one we have now in Washington, has claimed that he's against Israel taking over the West Bank, but he doesn't do anything about it. And so this is something to keep an eye on. I feel like whenever I read these stories, I feel like it's important to talk about it because there's so much going on to distract us. And once again, yeah, that's far away. But the fact of the matter is, we're paying for it. We, the taxpayers of the United States, are subsidizing all of the military action there in Israel. And we're too broke to give ourselves universal health care, right? We don't have health care for all. But Israel does, because we pay for their military action. That doesn't make any sense at all. And it's yet another reason for us, the payers of those taxes, the payers of those military bills, to do a better job in tracking it and making it known to our electeds that this is not how we want to spend our money. It's, the people's budget concept here in LA. And by the way, you can go to Black Lives Matter LA website or one of their socials, and you can weigh in on the people's budget. You can write what you think we should be spending our money on locally. But I'm talking about the national budget, which, of course, we have the same problem. Military takes up massive amounts of our taxpayer dollars, as we claim that we can't afford SNAP. We claim that Social Security is bankrupt, even though the general fund has been robbing Social Security funds for decades to balance budget, and then they don't put it back in. And then they want to cry that Social Security is out of money. Well, why don't you go pay back all the money you've raided over the past 30, 40 years to balance other things in your budget? Once you do that, once you cut military spending, but no, the president wants to double it by next year. And if you don't think that is symbolized by what's been happening with ICE and the military approach that they are using to deal with U.S. citizens and others, because other, visitors and even people who overstay their visas or who sneak in still have a right to be treated like human beings, not to be harmed, not to be tortured, not to be starved, not to be thrown and brutalized in the process of supposedly keeping order in this country. Okay, take a deep breath, Dominique. It's time for Messy Monday. Woosah. We're going to talk relationships, the rules, and you're invited in at 800-920-1580. That is next, after news, traffic, and sports on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Amtrak and New Jersey Transit riders are facing major delays over the next month as construction on the new Portal Bridge forces service cuts of up to 60%.
I'd say just go there earlier, avoid all traffic in general.
Yeah, gotta leave a little earlier, gotta be prepared for a couple of delays.
Officials say longer travel times, canceled trains, and no direct weekday service on several lines will allow crews to shift from the aging Portal Bridge to the new one. Rap pioneer their Uncle Luke Campbell is running for Congress in Florida's 20th district. The Two Live Crew icon says he's focused on job losses, education funding, and concern program aimed at highlighting the history and achievements of African Americans across the state. The initiative will support projects that preserve and promote Black heritage. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.